This is Raymond Kinman, and this is Real Estate from the Road. We're going to take a look at different things in the real estate process and help explain how they work. I have lots of questions on them, and so I thought this would be a good opportunity to sit down and kind of go over those things as I'm driving down the road. So I thought it'd be a better idea to give you a view of just the commute and back and forth here in Sandpoint, Idaho, and what it looks like in the springtime. So today, I think we're going to talk about what is the basic process when you want to put an offer in on a house. You have lots of people that are unfamiliar with how the process works in Idaho, and it's really not that hard. So I want to go over that just a little bit. So say you're looking around and you're talking with a realtor, and you see a house that you really might want, and you're not really sure what to do next. So what do you do first? So the first step in that process is looking around and kind of getting an idea about what the other houses have gone for that are similar. Your agent can help you with that, and you could look on some of the sites online, and they'll tell you maybe what the houses are listed for, but that's not really what they've sold for. So you really need to talk with your realtor and get an idea about what the other houses actually sold for, houses that have closed in the last less than 6 months at least. Up here, it's even better to have it more recent than that. So that's the first thing you want to do, because if a house is really out of line with the market, then you want to know that right off the bat. As we're driving along, that Schweitzer up there ahead of us, the big mountain. You can kind of see the ski runs up there. It's like there's getting a little snow today, but that's what we're looking at from right here. So once you've decided that it's a reasonable price for that house, it's not out of line, then what do you do? The next step is you want to get with your realtor and formulate an offer. There's a lot of things that we could go into about how you formulate an offer, and we'll get into that in some depth in some other discussions. But let's just say you're going to offer them, close to full price, maybe a little bit off the price. And so you get together with your agent. Agent's going to have you sign some paperwork, get together an offer, fill it all out, and get it signed and everything that you need to have in place to make that offer. And your agent will then send that over to the other agent that's representing the sellers. Or if it's the same agent, then they'll get together with the sellers and they'll go over that offer. Hopefully, if you've made a decent offer and the people are excited about it, they're going to send it back and accept it. That happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen all the time. So if they don't accept it, let's talk about that a little bit. So if they don't accept it, one of two things usually happens. Either they don't answer you at all if you make an offer that is kind of crazy low, or something in it that they really don't like. Sometimes they won't even answer you at all, and that's kind of a swing and a miss. And so you need to sit down with your agent and figure out what you're going to do from that point. But let's say they just want a little bit more money. A lot of times they'll counter back. They'll send you back a counter offer that you can look at and you can decide whether you like or not. When you get that counter offer, if you have one, you have to realize that you don't have to take that. You can accept it, or you can just say, no, I decided I don't want this house. We're too far apart. Or you could even counter them back. So you have some choices when that counter offer comes back, and that's a time to really sit down with your agent and go over how you want to handle that. What's the best plan moving forward? Sometimes you may have a counter offer that asks for something that you can't do. Maybe they only want cash and you're offering financing, and there's just no way you can do that. Or maybe the prices are similar, they want a little bit more. That's not unusual. Sellers, if it was your house, you'd want to give as much money as you could as well. So you go back and forth if you have to, and you hopefully come to a point where you've accepted an offer that you both can agree on. And that's a really neat step, because that really starts the whole process. So then what happens? Well, then what happens is typically you have some kind of earnest money that needs to be supplied. If you're out of town or you're not in local, then a lot of times it means wiring money into a title company. Typically that is within 3 business days. Now it's 3 business days starting the day after everybody signs a contract. So if everybody signs a contract today, your 3 days will start tomorrow. And if today is Thursday, like it is today here, then your first day will be tomorrow, Friday. So then you have Friday is the first day, Monday's the second day, and Tuesday's the third day. So it needs to be in there by the end of the third business day, starting the day after. So that is really where you want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row. If you're not sure about this, if there's something that you don't really know about, you really want to make sure that you have that decided before that third day and you put your earnest money in. The contract will protect you and entitle you to get your earnest money back, but the state of Idaho requires both parties to agree to release that earnest money. So while it's very rare, it has happened where the other party in a transaction has decided they don't want to release your earnest money. They don't get it, but it just sits there. So my suggestion to buyers is always, if it's maybe a house you haven't seen yet, if you're out of town and you haven't seen it, get in there and see it. Get in there and rule out any major things before that third day and your earnest money is in, because at that point you can get out of the contract much easier if it's within your contingency period for inspections. So that's really the beginning process. That's what starts the whole process, and it's a really an exciting time because that's when you're really nailing down the price to start with, and getting the house locked in and off the market. And so that's really the first step, making that offer with your agent, getting together, formulating that, going through the negotiation process, and then getting that earnest money in there. So we're going to talk about the next step in the next video, and I would like to recommend that you can, if you have any questions on these, you talk with your agent, or if you're not working with an agent, you certainly can give me a call, and I'd be glad to go over some of the process with you. My local number here, my direct cell phone, is area code 208-255-8571, and I'm with Three Lakes Real Estate here, based out of Sandpoint. We handle all of North Idaho, and I can help you with anything from Coeur d'Alene basically to Canada. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to help in any way I can. If you're working with somebody, feel free to talk to them and ask them these questions that you have, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Again, this is Raymond Kinman, and this is Real Estate from the Road. Have a great day.